Yet again, we got another batch of albinos. It's been a crazy week. I think this is the third batch of albinos this week. This batch again, we got 3 albinos and 1 het. Not bad. Alright, so we got another batch of albinos. It's been a really productive week. I think this is the 3rd batch of albinos I had born this week, so I'm very excited. The first batch was that mishap with the female giving birth and the baby got stuck, and then I got another batch of albinos just like a day later, and then now it's been 2 days later, and this is the 3rd batch, so it's quite exciting. I'm gonna catch the pups out now. Let's see. Okay. There's one right there. Now hopefully my sex ratio is better this time. The last batch was, I think, 3 males or two females. I don't remember, but I remember it was more males than females.
3 male, 1 female.
3 male, 1 female?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So hopefully this time the sex ratio is better. Okay. Oh, it's a male. It's a male. Alright, but can't complain as long as we're producing pups. I'm happy. Especially when I'm getting 75% albino pups coming out. When statistically, breeding het to hets, you're only supposed to get 25%. So I'm only supposed to get 1 out of 4 albinos when I'm breeding het to het parents. So this is a very good turnout. Okay, female.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, you know, when producing albinos, in the long run, things do balance out. Because when I was first starting to breed these animals here, and I was doing het to het, it was very disappointing because I was getting no albinos and just all hets. And now I'm getting more albinos than hets. So I guess if I take the average of across all the batches they produced, the statistic is probably correct, about 25%. And another female. Alright, good. So we got 2 females and a male here. So the sex ratio balances out from the previous batch. Now where's that last guy? The last one is a het, and it's hiding in the back somewhere, so I'm gonna have to search around for it. Alright, so we got all the pups. There it is. I'm gonna put it into the basket. I know the basket's getting kind of full. I didn't have time since the last birth to separate the pups, but look at this. This whole basket is full of pups, and now I'm releasing this next basket. Let them settle in. Alright, while they're settling in. So I got these guys here in this basket. Obviously I can't mix the new ones in there because these guys are older and bigger. But it's a full house. I'm gonna have to make some tank space and separate these guys out. But all in all, it's been a good week. Hopefully I get more pups, and I'll keep you guys updated. So I put the new pups in that basket. It's way overcrowded, as I showed you before. I can show you again. They're literally all on top of each other. You see that? Oh, there's a glare. But there's practically no room at all for them. So I'm gonna set up another basket. I'm gonna show you guys how I set it up, and then I'll transfer the pups over. Let's see here. I need these straps. Okay, so you need a support. Obviously, I have this support here. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be strapping it to this support right here. I'm gonna just use simple zip ties. First, I just get a little click on there so it doesn't come off, and then I will fine tune it afterwards. Sometimes if the strap is not long enough, you can double up the straps to make them longer. Raises the basket up a little bit. Alright, so see, there it is, done. Now I'm going to transfer the pups over. I think since that's a bigger basket, this is a bigger basket, and since these are the bigger rays, I'll move the bigger ones over, and then I'll separate out the little ones. This one's going to be a little bit tight. Get it in this basket. Alright, so let me do this one first. It's right there. Okay. Very simple. Throw it in there. Move on to the next one. This one's developing nicely. As they get older, the pearls, the patterns change a lot, and they start to intensify and develop more contrast. Now this is a bigger one. Let's see if I can get it in here. It's going to be a tight fit. But I'm just going to separate the heads from the albinos. I'm not even going to use the tub. I'm just going to go like this. Okay, now, you know what, I think I'm going to move the older ones over so that, because the new ones, they still have to learn to eat the food that I'm going to be providing them, so I'll just keep the ones from the previous batches together because those guys already know and recognize the food. The younger ones, I'm going to have to train them, so these are all the previous ones. See if I remember correctly which is which. Typically I can tell from the development of the pattern. I think this one is an older one. I think, right? 1 tooth, that's 3, and that's 3 from today. Okay, so now everybody's all spaced out. They're looking a little bit more comfortable. And that's all I do. I'm doing a water change right here. You know, I'm doing multiple things at once because I have so many rays to take care of. So I have to learn to multitask. And so this is done. Now I gotta go prepare food and get ready to feed the fish for the day and do my daily water changes. These guys are now in their new cage. These are the new pups that was born 2 days ago and just now today. These are previous batches. And then I also had a batch over here. So it's pretty much a full house of albino pups. And of course, doing a water change on my albino bows. I'm gonna do about 50%. That's pretty much my day here. Every day is just water change and feeding, water change and feeding.